Good afternoon. Welcome to Beit Lechem, Kevar, the land of Israel. Every morning we wake up to new reports of the war, because most of the war seems to be being fought at night. So by morning we get reports of so many people died, so many people injured, and for a while there we were getting the reports of so many people freed. So what happens? Well, you start your day, your morning, the people we've lost, the soldiers, the brave, self-sacrificing soldiers for this holy land. You're mourning them, and you're joyous for the people who got out of jail, I guess it's not really a Hamas jail, it's just a underground network of terrorist cells. So you're feeling sad and happy and sad and happy, and it's back and forth every day, all day. And after a while, it gets rather tiring. You start to feel emotionally drained, going from extreme sad and mournful to joyous and wanting to celebrate with the people who are reunited with their families. It's such a beautiful thing to see. And this is war. This is the emotional roller coaster of war. Up and down, back and forth. Why is it this way? What is to be gained from this? What positive thing can we take from this ride between death and deliverance? It seems to me what we get is spiritual resilience. We're resilient to the bad news after a while, and we take the joyous news in stride, and yet over time you become a different person, a person who doesn't get too excited about good things and doesn't get too depressed about bad things. You find the middle, the center column, the middle of the road, the place where I can be stable, a place where I believe God is pushing us to be, pushing us to a higher level. That to be human on this planet, we have to accept death, and we have to accept life with gratitude and union together. Celebration and mourning, all in one afternoon. It's easy to be cynical or sorry if it comes out that way, but really I'm not. It's a process that we have to go through, so let's learn it. Let's learn the up and the down. And the rabbis are very interesting. They always say the right thing in the right time. The rabbis have a statement like this, is Tova beit ha'evel beit ha'mishteh. What does that mean? It means better to go to a house of mourning and pay a visit to those Lo Aleinu who are mourning, than to go to a party, which normally in the Talmudic sense is a wedding. Better to go to where the mourning is than the celebration? Why would the rabbis want us to do that? They ask that question, and they answer the question. That when a person goes to a house of mourning, that the living person will take it to heart that we're not here forever. But I remember being 21 and feeling like I'd live forever. Then I got to the Kabbalah and they said, well, if you're good enough, you might live forever. I said, okay, I'll go for that deal. But the house of the mourning is where a person faces reality in a very deep, profound way. And when you go to a wedding, you sing, you dance, you eat, you make blessings, and everybody's in a good space. And, well, why not? That's what we're here to celebrate life. But they say, no, first go to the house of the mourner and get some sense of life's value. And then when you go to the wedding, you'll feel even more of the value. They don't say you can't do the same thing on both of them on the same night. And there's another interesting law that says if a mourner's party is going on the way to the graveyard and a wedding party is on the way to the wedding hall, and they get to an intersection, who goes first? Who do you think? The wedding party or the funeral procession? You show respect to the dead before the bride and the groom, or not? So the rabbis say no. In this situation, you let the wedding party go first. And the funeral procession has to stop at the intersection and wait for those who are celebrating. Because they say the ikar, the essential reason we are here is life, is celebration of life. And so, such a situation where it comes out on an intersection in the middle of I-95 and I-10, somewhere down in Jacksonville, Florida, or Atlanta. Gonna stop a superhighway for a wedding or a funeral, I'm not sure, but I think the idea is clear that when we are faced with free choice of where to go, the rabbis give us the deeper choice. Go to comfort the mourner before you celebrate the one who's getting married. But when it comes to something that's not your choice, that you just showed up at an intersection, well, then we allow life to be celebrated and go forward. And both of these experiences are necessary, obviously, and part of life. And when we learn to manage both of them, we get that spiritual maturity, that ability to move between extremes, the ability to process life properly, to give proper weight to joy and a proper weight to mourning. The two come together. And here we are, Rachel Mivaka al Banea, that Rachel Imenu is still crying for her children who are coming back from exile. So it's, the rain's coming down. It's a blessed thing here in Israel when it starts to rain. And maybe these are the tears that we're supposed to shed for our lost soldiers and their families, and also be able to smile and laugh for the wonderful news of people being released from captivity. So have a great day. We'll see you again. All the best.